Today I'm going to be telling you how I am going to make a Sonos replacement smart speaker system based on a Raspberry Pi. So first of all, the parts that we need, we got them from various places. So we've got the Raspberry Pi from Element 14, a cable to get the sound out. So it's a 4-pole 3.5mm cable to RCA. I'll talk about that again in a moment. Also from Element 14 is a nice little case to put the Raspberry Pi in. So as well as that, we've got an amplifier to get the sound out and some speakers to play the sounds on. Both of these are from AliExpress. I'll put prices in a comment or something on the YouTube video. And this is a power supply for the amplifier, and I got that from Jaycar. In addition, I had lying around a power cable for the amplifier and a spare smart power cable for the Raspberry Pi. And finally an ADATA, doesn't matter but I like ADATA, micro SD card. It needs to be at least 4 gigs, I just happen to have an 8 gig one, so that's what I've used. Alright, back to the cables. This, you can find these on the internet. They can be tricky to find. If you get it from Element 14 it'll be right, but if you get them from elsewhere you need to check to make sure that the ground, which is the ring, the outer ring on these, corresponds to the second ring or the first ring up from the sleeve on the 4-pole 3.5mm plug or socket plug. So we'll just check that. I hold that on there, on that second one up. We can check these. Yep. 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 So that's the earth, is that first one there, that first ring up from the sleeve. That's important because you can buy ones that don't have that and you have to rewire them and solder them up again. Right, so let's unbox everything. We've got the cables. Start with the Raspberry Pi. I'll unbox him. Quite cool with the units. The Raspberry Pi 3, slightly faster. I think you need to get at least the 3 if you want to make these things work. I've tried on other ones and all earlier units and they don't tend to work quite as well for this system. And here's the nice little case, so we can just pop him open. I really like this case. You can probably leave the lid off if you want to keep it cool. Just slot him in, not take the sides off. Slot him in there. The lid on. Quite easy to use. Just snap, snap. I'm going to put the lid on to make it look a bit nice. I may take it off again later if it gets too warm. And we'll go get that's the micro SD card, so we can pop him in. I'm going to show in another video how to create the software for this guy, so he's in, I think. Alright, here's the amplifier. So it's a Kinta amplifier from AliExpress. They're like $12 New Zealand, they're so cheap. I brought a bunch just because they were so cheap. So we can plug everything in here. So while I said this was working with the correct earth, unfortunately the red and yellow are around the wrong way, so I have to use for my left and right speakers yellow and white. We normally you'd expect yellow to be the video. So popping them into the amplifier. Let's do the speakers now. Right, so I've got some screws to screw into the wall. Wires, plug it in, so there's one speaker. The other wires, the other speaker. Alright, let's get these wired up. There's no indication on here which is plus or minus, so I'm just going to not worry about it. Quite frankly, I can't notice a difference and I don't care. Sounds good to me. Right. one wired up. It's the other one. So they're all in place. Now he's going to need some power. So I've got the cable to power him, and in here in J-Car a 12 volt 5 amp power supply to one of those sockets. It's, the catalogue code is MP3242 if you can. So we'll plug him in. It's got a bass, treble and balance. That's kind of cool. Considering it was $12, it sounds pretty good to me. What's left? We're going to plug all the parts into this and give it all power. So here's the power cable, the Raspberry Pi, the sound, also has video but I'm not using that, and the network. You need to have networking. The Raspberry Pi 3 has Wi-Fi as well, so we don't need this, but I haven't set up the Wi-Fi, so I'm plugging in my network. I can have some power handy. So plug in 1, plug in 2. There we can see him booting up with the lights on the case. It's got power. So it's going to take a few moments to boot up. And we should be able to jump on my network. I like an app called Mopedy Mobile, but you can also install various web front ends. The whole system is based on Mopedy, so I'll just get one of those loaded up. Okay, so that's the front end, the front end for the web client, and the select one of the web clients I've got installed. Spot Mop's a beautiful one, so you need a Spotify login. You can hear them charging away there. That's actually Wi-Fi stuff, I think. And move away from the speakers while it loads. It's not the fastest thing to load in a while. Here we go. So if I go zoom genre, it pretty much just looks like Spotify that you have on your phone, but this is a hand-built one based on the icons, I think. And the makers of it don't get too upset with me. So what it'll do. Pick the first one, say. And play. See how we go. And there you have it. Oh, Bruno Mars. Well, anyway, that's it. So thanks for watching.